Okay, so in response to comics and diversity, comic and diversity's video in Comics Matter with your boy Zach, whatever you want to call him, he's changed his name a lot. But I want to make a very, very personal video, and this video is going to be titled What Batman Is. And it's going to be a list of things that Batman should be, my version of Batman, and Batman in general. What Batman could really tell the best Batman stories. And if you read great Batman stories, you know those are some of the best stories of all time. I'm wearing a Daredevil shirt, but still, I'm a Batman super fan. So this is the intro, and let's go. Okay, so Batman is extremely smart. That's my first point. So, Batman's origins kind of demand him to be smart. If you think of it in that certain way aspect, Batman is a guy who is taking on a city that has gone to hell because of corruption and criminals. So Batman kind of has to be extremely smart. He's extremely gifted as a child, but not in a Reed Richards Iron Man way. Batman truly gets his intelligence and ingenuity through about 13 years of training from 12 years old to 25 years old if you're following the year one continuity or the year one origin. Batman trained his mind and body to physical and mental perfection because he thought he had to. His mission demanded it. In his own mind, Batman needed to be the smartest guy in the room because the job demanded it. You look at different stories with the Justice League, and that even demands it even more. If Batman's going to be on a superhero team with gods and aliens, Batman has to bring something to the table, And yes, he's really great with tech, but the most important part of his intelligence is the fact that he's the world's greatest detective, and he's an excellent tactician and strategist. Batman prepares for the worst because Batman has to, because it's kind of part of his character. No one prepared for that night in Crime Alley. And look what happened. The worst thing in his life, the most impactful moment in Bruce Wayne's life, and he wasn't prepared. So I would think in his own mind, Batman has to be prepared for anything. I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? So yes, Batman does have to be smart. He doesn't have to invent all of his gadgets, but he definitely has to invent a lot of the more integral ones and more of the special ones. For example, in Superman Unchained, Clark challenged him to create a suit that could make him invisible to all of Clark's senses. He did it because, well, he's a very driven individual. So that's my first point. Second, Batman is extremely dedicated and driven. We kind of touched on this on the first point, but Batman is probably the most driven individual out there. His mission is everything to him, and he loses his humanity sometimes over it. He's borderline obsessive, maybe not psychotic, but very obsessive over his mission. I mean, we see this countless times. People get hurt because Bruce Wayne, Batman, just can't stop fighting his mission. It's an impossible one, but he continues because he knows it's right. In his own mind, it's the only thing he can really do. I mean, that moment in Crime Alley kind of crafted him into the individual he is today. I mean, those few seconds, minutes, those few moments turned Bruce Wayne into Batman because he saw that something needed to be done, and he won't stop until it's done. He'll die on his deathbed, and he'll get on the fucking crutch, and he'll still fight crime. That's just who Bruce Wayne is. Every man has limits, but Bruce Wayne just throws that out of the way because he's so driven. He's so dedicated. He cares so much. Point number 3. Batman is extremely compassionate and caring. This mainly comes from the fact that you see scenes like the Justice League episode where they introduce Batman Beyond, not introduce, but bring Batman Beyond into the Justice League episode, and there's the little girl Ace, and Batman spends her last few moments, and he goes on the swing and he talks to her and kind of goes through it with her. Batman may seem cold, but that's to criminals. Batman cares about people. Batman is an extremely compassionate individual. He's a loving individual. I mean, you read Peter J. Tomasi's Batman and Robin run, and it's just, he cares so much for this kid who's been through so much. And he loves Damian, not just because he's his son, because he believes he can fix Damian, he can help Damian. I mean, and it all comes back from the no-killing rule, and obviously I'm going to do a point on that, but Bruce Wayne, Batman, may be the Dark Avenger of the Night, the Dark Knight himself, but inside, he has a very warm, heartfelt heart. He's a very caring individual, and no matter what, he's always going to care. Batman's job demands being a caring individual. I mean, you know, he believes some of his villains could be redeemed because he cares so much. He doesn't view them as complete enemies. I mean, sometimes the job demands it, but he cares for them. He cares for people. Batman is a caring person. Batman should not kill. Now, I have 6 main reasons why Batman should not kill. 1, people can be redeemed. Batman believes in redemption, just like Daredevil. Batman believes in redemption. Maybe not for the Joker, but we'll get to that. Batman believes that everyone can be redeemed and everyone has a second chance. I mean, these are people with mental illness. Number 2, the everyday criminal, if he killed them, people would lose their father, their husband, their brother. I mean, Batman's compassionate, like we said, and he would never let something like that happen. And number 3, if he kills, they win. Joker wins. Number 4, killing is completely unethical. I mean, think about it. Number 4, if he kills, if he goes down that road, he's never coming back. And he'll become something far worse than any other villain. And number 6, a victim of trauma does not enact that trauma onto others. Batman witnessed what killing does to a person, so he would never kill. I mean, come on, it's basic ethics, you know? Batman would never kill. An ordinary, regular DC Universe Batman would never kill because it's against everything he's about. He's about caring. He's about avenging. It's not vengeance, it's justice. Batman is a justice-filled person. And killing is not justified, no matter what. Number 5, I believe. Batman is a symbol, and Batman wants people to see the best in themselves. So Batman to Gotham City is a beacon of hope. And scary symbol to criminals, but beacon of hope to the citizens of Gotham City and the world. I mean, we see this in Batman Incorporated and other comics like that. Batman Incorporated by Grant Morrison. But, you know, in Scott Snyder's run, Gotham is Batman. Batman really shows what happens when a man doesn't give in to the temptations of society. He truly becomes a one-man war on crime. And that's very inspirational. Batman should inspire, you know? No matter what, Batman should inspire. He's an inspirational person. He always will be. No doubt. Last but not least, Batman is brave. Although another big part of the character, which kind of goes with the being very smart and the world's greatest strategist, Batman is brave. And yes, he'll prepare for every situation, but he will go in blazing if he has to, because Batman is brave. He faces these unbelievable hard challenges. I mean, look at Nightfall. He's brought back all the villains to Arkham. Bane breaks his back, and he has to recover. But he keeps coming back. Very much like Spider-Man, Batman will never give up. Batman is brave. Batman is heartfelt. This is his mission, his life. And no matter what, Bruce Wayne Batman will always be brave and will always come back. Because what would his parents think? What would Martha and Thomas Wayne think if Bruce Wayne just gave up? Because it's easy. Being Batman isn't about what's easy, it's about what's right. That's why he doesn't kill. It's not about what's easy, it's about what's right. Maybe that's impossible, but that's who Batman is. No matter what, he does the right thing because it's right. It's very hard, and sometimes it pushes people away. But that's Batman. Thanks, guys. I'll be with more videos.